everybody, and welcome back to your favorite movie review podcast, Is It Kino? I am Simian Jimmy, and maybe I was brainwashed, maybe. If a certain code phrase is used, I'm going to switch things up. It's yet to be seen, but I'm joined as always by Aggie, Colonel Aggie, Eggman Rodriguez.
That's right. Most likely to be showing up, walking through your local lake to pull you underneath, just like the Loch Ness Monster. But the girls call me the Cock Ness Monster. Figure it out, dude.
And the Cock Ness Monster of the East Coast, it's Rich McCoy.
I've been brainwashed to be here, and I'm so happy to be taking part. The Manchuria company, or wait, what is it?
Manchurian group. Before I introduce Biggs, I need to say I felt like a big retard. Last night I'm scrolling through Letterboxd and I see, Rich McCoy just reviewed Manchurian Candidate. What a lucky coincidence. Me and Biggs and Aggie are reviewing that tomorrow morning. I should hit him up. Hey, Rich, you busy tomorrow? You want to review that movie with us? And Rich is like, motherfucker, you told me to watch it.
That's awesome.
And what's even more fucked up... go ahead, Rich.
You're almost always on it. You almost always know who's involved, what's going to happen, and this was the first big brainworm moment.
So I planned this about a week ago, and the thing is I invited Rich and then forgot to invite Aggie, so he didn't know we were watching Nocturnal Animals until like yesterday at 5. So everything got crossed for this one, but we somehow all made it anyway.
Or like me messaging you like, hey, what time did we say again? You're like, I told you Rich 1. I'm like, okay, is he East Coast? So you mean like noon? And he's like...
Yeah, it's confusing. Everybody lives at a different time code. I tell people what they need to hear, and then they try to like interpret it like I didn't do it for them. It's like, no, goddamn it, just whatever I told you, do that. But we're here to talk about Dream Machine. He came through again. He said, I've been making you watch all these classic films from the 70s and 80s. Now I want you to watch The Manchurian Candidate. And I assume, that's another classic film from the 60s with Frank Sinatra? Surely that's what he means, because he's always making us watch old classic movies. But no, thank God, Rich, and I did remember this now. When I pitched this to Rich, he said, can you double check which one we're supposed to watch? And thankfully I did. He did want the new one, the remake with Denzel and Merrill Streep, and I have not seen the old one yet. Rich watched both, so I'm excited to hear his analysis of what's better. But this was a great, exciting, suspenseful movie with an all-star cast. I had no idea this movie existed, and I had a great time.
Yeah, same. I couldn't believe when the opening scene showed like the truck full of soldiers. I'm like, I know everybody in this truck, basically.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Everyone who became a star is in that truck. Anthony Mackie, Captain America.
Well, the joke I was going to make was Anthony Mackie, you might know as the Sneaker from Sneaks. But I guess only me and Aggie would appreciate that.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie from the Electric State.
The plot of the film being that, certain people are selected, through secret government experiments to be the ones who are built up into certain positions, and coincidentally everybody who's just in the opening shot of this film ends up becoming somebody of note. I'm thinking this movie's operating on multiple levels, folks. I'm just saying.
I did promise to sing a song at the beginning of this episode, and Aggie, it's actually a pitch to you.
What?
Aggie, you're working on a musical album. I want to pitch you my song idea, and if you accept it, all I ask for is 90% of the profit for that song.
Just a measly little 90%.
The measly few, as always. This song opens with a cover of perhaps the most used song in film history. Some people call it Unfortunate Son by CCR, but I call it It Ain't Me. And the song goes, It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. Now, what if, Aggie, we're gonna have to, it's not a cover, but you're gonna have to get the parody permission rights. What if we change the lyrics to be about, it ain't Sneed, I am not formally Chuck.
Well, I don't know. So I did find out, I looked into it, I do need about another 1,500 watch hours to monetize my YouTube channel, but it can be profitable in that way. I don't know if Spotify is going to accept it because I could see if maybe they would, but
I think it needs to exist because I assumed it's such an obvious answer, like meme song, meme name. I Googled it. Nobody's ever done it as far as I can find. I've found so many other obvious meme Sneed versions. I think, Aggie, you could have something big here.
Now you gotta record it before this comes out, though, because somebody's gonna steal your idea.
But nobody's gonna do it as good as Aggie would.
I'm still, shout out to Baby Sneed. He probably is the #1 Sneed musician, but I looked at my YouTube dashboard. It must have been the day that I got back from my trip, and my #1 performing in the last 48 hours was Sneed 'em Feed 'em. So people are still, once that came back, because there was like re-uploads with like 15, 20,000, I think, views, but once the channel got unbanned, that one's got like 70,000 views or something on YouTube, so it's still racking up like, 100 a day or something like that. So the Sneed 'em Feed 'ems out there, they would need some more Sneed music, and I think that maybe I'll even collab with Baby Sneed. I know he's been angling for us to work together at some point.
No, I don't condone. Not if I'm getting 90% of the profit, he's not going to be down for that, so... Unless he's cool with a 5-5 split for you two.
Well, once I get the YouTube, I guess I should probably go live at some point to get that extra 1,000 hours of watch time so I can get the monetization, and then we can put it out and see if we can get some money off it.
Our One Piece podcast hit that, I think, after maybe 20 or 30 episodes, and those are relatively short compared to an Aggie stream, so you could probably knock that out quick.
Yeah, I think just the Cobra Remembrance stream had like 2,000 watch hours on it or something.
Wow.
So.
Damn.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Cobra. Biggs, did you had a chance to talk about the death of King Cobra, didn't you, Biggs? I know it impacted you big time.
Not on anything. I haven't talked about it, but yeah, I thought it was a joke when I first saw like people talking about it, and then I saw like TikToks of like I don't know what you call them, like memorial videos of it. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever, man. And then it might have been one of you guys that posted it in like a group chat or something. I'm like, wait, did he actually like die? That's crazy. And I didn't really ever watch his stuff. I was normally forced to watch it.
Who would force you to watch a King Cobra video, Biggs?
Yeah.
Well, you of many people.
It ain't me. It ain't me.
After you showed Mrs. Biggs, she would start forcing me to watch him at home. So I never watched him willfully, but hearing the news, it was very sad. And
Biggs was intimidated that his wife was interested in a better man.
That's true.
Biggs, I'm so confused why you were not believing that it could possibly be that he had died.
It was the most believable death of all time.
Yeah, he is one of the most close to death people.
Okay, but if you look at the stuff he consumes and the way he lives, I thought that man was invincible. There was nothing that was going to take that man out. Nothing. So it was like, when I saw it, I'm like, that's insane. Like, some crazy stuff had to have happened. Mm-hmm. I still don't even know, like, what happened, but...
All he does is
wild.
Eat the worst fast food, drink tons of shitty alcohol, and then, like, he does duster stuff, right? Like,
yeah.
So... He had to have the most, like, holy brain that ever existed.
Yeah,
right?
If anything, he's lucky he was probably in his sleep.
Yeah.
I think possibly the most shocking thing that has come out since was that the autopsy, even though his father told everybody, this is what happened, somebody still submitted a request to the coroner's office for the report or whatever. And his height, 6'4".
No way.
Wow, what?
That's what's on his death certificate is 6 foot
That's
4
crazy.
inch.
Laying down or standing up?
So he was balling on him. He was a gentle giant. At the end of the day, the trolls, they never got to him to the very end. He was a great hero that we'll always honor for life.
I don't know if that's right. Wouldn't he have bragged about that?
The Natrota County
He's
or
a
whatever
humble
it is,
man.
coroner's office. That's what's listed on his death certificate is 6'4" height.
When we see his documentary, he's like walking on the railroad tracks, riding his bike. He does not strike you as one of the tallest people on the planet. Wouldn't that be extremely obvious?
He took the bike into the shops like 100 times. It must have been customized to make, the perspective wasn't making it seem like what it was, but that's what's on his death certificate, I'm just saying. So that's why it was shocking to a lot of people.
It can't be.
I don't think
it can't
this
be.
is not right. I'm saying anywhere from 5'8" to 5'11".
Do we think he ever managed to get his consenting goth GF that's not related, cis, alive? What was the full list? There's like a crazy list.
Great downfall, to be honest. She wasn't all she was cracked up to be. It is what it is.
It's too sad.
I don't want this to be a Rocky and Bullwinkle situation, so I guess we should talk about the film. Rich, I need to hear from you. You're the only one who watched both Manchurian Candidates in the last week. So red pill me on the original one, and then how this one's a remake.
So the original is like starring Frank Sinatra.
The original Joker. He did it his way.
That's right. And I think his performance in it is really good. I've never seen him in a movie other than Ocean's 11, and I think in Ocean's 11 he's pretty bad. Like, he's kind of just coasting off of his reputation and his good looks and vague charm, and I think he's not very good in that, but he's very good in the original one, where he's playing a very layered, very, like, clearly his life is being destroyed by being brainwashed to kill the president or whatever. But yeah, it's very, I feel like the remake does much more just like telling you exactly what's going on pretty much from the go. Like, there's definitely stuff with the troops and how everyone's been brainwashed, and it really, the original really slow rolls that. You don't really get a good sense of what's going on until like the last 30 minutes probably. And I don't know. I think it's a much more unsettling movie than the remake, because in the original you can just tell that something's off, but because you haven't had it all explained to you yet, you're kind of trying to suss out what exactly is wrong here. And there's stuff with his mother that they really overplay the mother stuff in the remake, but the original, like, it's just kind of creepy. And yeah, I'd say it's a better movie, but I think for modern audiences, it makes sense that they kind of just like went full bore for the remake. So,
and this is a narrative that plays with PTSD, mental illnesses being interpreted as craziness when actually the character is onto something, a real conspiracy, but oh no, you're mentally ill. Mm-hmm. And this one, he's a veteran of, I guess, the Middle East wars of the mid 80s to 2004.
Yeah, invasion of Kuwait.
And I imagine this original film is about Vietnam or something, or what's it about? Like, is there a war?
I'd have to look up which war they're talking about. It's either Korea or... let me figure that out.
Yeah, I don't even know what year that movie came out.
It was like 60... What was it, 63?
Well, I want to say this much. So I had an inclination with the film, it's about something to do with, like, you know, an agent being activated, like kind of on some MK Ultra kind of, which I don't think MK Ultra was even at all discussed or known in the time of the original release. Maybe it had been.
The film inspired it in the government.
Very possible. You know, it's one of those things. What do they say? There's a term for it where they predictive programming. Yeah, predictive programming, perhaps. And I feel like maybe in this film, which was 21 years ago now, I'm feeling maybe there's a little bit of something there. Still yet to this day, seeing this, there's this idea that, you know, this political orchestration, very finely crafted narratives and behaviors, coincidental happenings that all seem to orchestrate the perfect setup for the government to reach the desired ends that it's looking for. Could this film be made in 2025? I feel like it would be too charged of a topic even it feels like it's just too much reality going on in the premise of the film, other than just obvious, like, mind control technology by secret scientists. The results I think we're getting in our daily lives seem to, kind of mirror what this film presents.
Eggy, I think this film, if it was made today, would go the route of a film three of us have seen called One Battle After Another, where instead of the group behind the conspiracy, the elites, the global elites running the world, it would have to be straight white Christian men. They would have to be Christmas adventurers, and it could not be anything else. And to be fair to this 2004 film, when we see the Manchurian group, it mostly is just rich white men anyway. There's some women in there too. But there's no way it would ever be pinned on anything else ever.
Well, it's funny you say that, because in the original, the brainwashers are Russia and China. It's like the Russian and Chinese nations wanting to kind of control who's in charge in the U.S. And this movie, the remake, kind of like abstracts that and makes it that it's like the Manchurian group who kind of wants just a president who is going along with whatever they want a corporate sense to happen.
Which is, it reflects reality 100,000%.
No,
just a country with a different star on their flag.
No, not even countries. I'm not even going to say Israel, because I keep saying that in every podcast. I know for a fact 90% of the leaders in the world were chosen by the wealthy billionaire elite who control every election in every country on the planet, whether they're Jewish or not. That is a fact. Like our enemies are the top 0.1% billionaires who give us the illusion of democracy. It's all fucking fake. We've never got to choose a real candidate. Bernie Sanders, always winning. Sorry, we're going to have to pool everybody else's votes together to take him out. You think it was a poor person who made that choice, or was it a Bilderberg group? Was it Manchurian
Same thing
group?
happened with Tulsi Gabbard too, because wasn't she pulling ahead and they're like, nope, you gotta get out.
But Trump gave her a position of power in the government anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
To a certain extent, I think you kind of don't need like they just literally buy and pay for them.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Don't need to brainwash anyone. You don't need to like convince anyone. The money is enough.
And if we're gonna get metaphorical,
already
the brainwash in the movie would be any blackmail you have on any politician in the modern day. Like that essentially brainwashes them, like as close to a sci-fi reality as possible. And there's many ways to blackmail these people, or just pay them off straight up.
Well, and you guys might be familiar with the what's that? The right black eye, like signifier of like the. It could be like the parallel to the implant. There's like a visible, notable signifier of, or like the Rock Nation Illuminati hand symbol or whatever. Maybe a couple of those things. Maybe not, but something that could be indicative of, all right, we got him in, or the covering up the one eye. If it's not a black eye, they could do like whatever. It's supposed to be like oh hey, here's my dog whistle that I'm locked in now.
Is that why Oda made Zoro get a scar on his eye?
Hard to say. I hope not.
Zoro's always been a racist dog whistle. He's always fighting the black people of the enemy group.
I think that like this movie does a good job of, at least for today's world, just making it feel like everything is always a conspiracy and that something is going on that you kind of can't see or figure out. Like Denzel, at a certain point in this movie, is just like super paranoid about everything going on, and I feel like, at least from a 2004 standpoint, when this movie came out, it does a decent enough job of approximating what it feels like today. It's just like, yeah, there's so many conspiracies out there that probably some of them are true, and we don't know which ones are operating and which ones are like affecting our lives in such a huge way.
Yeah, there's definitely a compounding tension throughout the film. It's not the same sort of mystique. I feel like I haven't seen the original, but the way you describe it has this, inherent mystique. Whereas this, you kind of have, like a bit more of, a little more dysfunction, a little more air, a little more. Just everything's getting all kind of out of whack, as it goes on, and then the cracks are showing in the narratives, and even so much as there's a thing in the film where when Denzel's character is approached by one of his former people that was in his fleet, and he mentions, I've been having these dreams. That's what kind of makes this such a point for Denzel's character, and then when he ends up mentioning it to Mr. Shaw, the vice president, the man who's kind of being installed by these wealthy financiers, and that just him having these strange dreams mentioned to him seems to then be like the thread that starts unraveling for Shaw's character as well, to where his emotions are getting a little bit more disturbed progressively.
And Shaw ended up being way more complex of a character than I was thinking. I thought he'd end up being a two-dimensional, oh, he's the brainwashed one, you got to stop him. But his whole arc of sort of overcoming it, looking Denzel in the eye at the end and basically saying, shoot me and my bitch Hillary Clinton mom, let's do it. E-Rich, does the original have that complexity with the Shaw equivalent? E-Rich, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, not as much, but so much of this movie is like really on the nose. Like their Hillary Clinton, like I think the mother is a much bigger part of this remake than she was in the original movie. So the whole like it's being played so that they'll have power or they'll have some kind of control. You get senses of that, but it's definitely not as on the nose as the remake makes it seem.
Does Shaw have the arc of overcoming it? Really, he saves the day, and he becomes the hero that he was rumored to be all along.
No, I think it's much sadder.
So sometimes remakes, they could do some things good. I thought Shaw was a great, fascinating character that would be probably better on a rewatch.
Yeah, and honestly, for the actor, it kind of surprised me because I'm so used to seeing him like, what was his name?
Liev Schreiber?
No, in the X-Men movies, Victor, I think. Like, I always see this guy as like this big menacing character, and that's why I had in mind when I saw him in this movie. I'm like, at the beginning, you know, he's kind of like going through it, like kind of freaking out, and then throughout the movie, he's just kind of like this laid back kind of, you know, regressed person. As like it was a different view on Liev Schreiber for me that I don't know, I like him a lot more as an actor after this movie because of the depth that he brought out of that character.
And I think what's also funny about Mr. Schreiber is that he's an ardent Zionist, so I think that adds another level of complexity to the character that he portrays in the film.
I also thought it was interesting that he ended up killing his brother in this movie, his IRL brother.
Oh, I didn't catch that. His brother's in this film?
Yeah, Eddie Ingram, the character in the movie, is his. Well, I guess this is like his half brother, but his brother nonetheless.
What's this? A South African man. He's up to no good. He's doing technological advancements to benefit the wealthy elite. To maybe assisting in political assassinations. Did this movie predict anything? Can we think of any South African heroes who might be involved in all those things?
In assassinations, I'm not sure about that.
Don't be too unsure.
He reminded me a lot of the guy from Upgrade. He was like the scientist guy that made the chip to put in his brain or whatever. Kind of gave me that same feel where his character seemed pretty intentional. And it felt like it was jabs at certain people. I guess I don't know how to fully describe what I'm saying, but it's like, you know, there's just those certain people in like the technological field and like the medical field. And I feel like, I don't know who it would have been pointed at for this era of 2004, but it definitely felt like that character was intentional. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, we made him this certain type of guy for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's probably not an Elon parallel, but 2004, he's probably rich from PayPal and stuff back then, right? Maybe he's a rising star, but only recently he got it literally involved in the government politics, I suppose.
Yeah, very swiftly, and then kicked out very quickly after.
But Charlie Kirk's funeral, him and Trump, forget about that tweet you made saying I'm in the Epstein files. Let's be friends again.
Well, didn't it come out that he was also in it? So
yeah. So I guess
some beautiful things can happen out of tragedy.
Set up. At the end of the day, we're building this robot army. He just posted yesterday that his robots are learning how to do kung fu. And I'm sure it's a good thing for humanity in the future that people that are worth $500 billion are amassing a physically violent robot army.
Why waste time on teaching them kung fu though? Why not just give them guns? Like, that's so stupid.
It's like the Manchurian group. It's a multi-international. Everybody's at the table as long as they got the money. So he's walked over to China and he's like, "Hey, I got some money for you. What do you got?" And he like Xi Jinping opens up his skirt and like a bunch of kung fu masters. He's like, "Yes, you will come with me to America now to teach my robots." And they all just fly off on a flying Tesla.
I did see an interesting TikTok where they're talking about, he's going down very specific routes for means of technology with the Boring Company and then SpaceX and with the robots and everything. They're he's just setting up this new robotic workforce that's going to build life on Mars for us. He's going to dig tunnel ways and we're going to live underground. And the robots will work on the surface to keep us alive underneath the surface. And I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a fun thought,
I think we'll be dead.
What's fun about it? What do you mean? Living underneath the surface of Mars?
Wouldn't that be sick? Just living in some. For me, it makes me nostalgic of Red Faction. Have you guys ever played that game?
No.
You can blow up the walls
it's such a
and go
good game.
exploring.
But the funny thing is, all the humans that end up going to Mars end up becoming just slave workforce. So
yeah, that's probably what he wants to happen.
It's great. I would love to.
Assuming you ever get,
you would love to be in the salt mines on Mars.
Yeah, that'd be great. Red Faction was such a fun game.
Go ahead,
it's such a great.
You paying for your ticket there will be your eternal servitude to Elon Musk on Mars. So
how is it any different than what I'm doing here? I'm working my life away. At least then I'm on Mars.
At least you can see the sun. At least you can go outside. And on Mars, you can't do that.
if you ever played Red Faction, you know that eventually they build the technology to have bubble shields of oxygen, so you can live on the surface. Well, no, it's not terraform, because if you go outside of their boundaries, then there's no oxygen being kept. But hey, man, if I could live in the Red Faction world, I would. I would go fight the EDF.
Of all video game worlds, Biggs would choose Red Faction to live in.
But it's funny because in that game, the main enemy is the EDF. I wonder if it'd be a different DF these days.
Different vowel DF.
Does the DF mean Defense Force?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's the Earth Defense Force in that game.
The Earth Rayleigh Defense Force?
Might be a little bait and switch, that's how it goes. Some people that move off some land and some other people that might want to come in and take it over. It is what it is. Tale as old as time, to be quite sincerely honest. This
film also proves true the notion that if the cute girl at the cash register is nice to you and flirts with you, there's 100% chance she's a Fed. And
dude, as soon as she came, as soon as it showed her on the train, eyeing him, I looked at Mrs. Biggs and that is a honeypot if I've ever seen one.
Getting honey-dicked. You seen that classic film, The Interview, Biggs?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of James Franco.
True.
Yeah. I mean, I caught this also because every time that I've gone into a woman's bathroom and started cutting my back open with a knife, she never kicks the door in. She just kind of sits patiently. As long as I'm out within 45 minutes and I clean up all the blood, she does not ask any questions. If it seeps through a little bit, she might get concerned, but...
I hate it when I'm trying to just remove the tracker that's been implanted in my shoulder and somebody barges into the bathroom without knocking, and it's just I'm in here, I'm trying to remove my tracker, just leave me alone.
There was a brief moment where I thought it was a setup for similar to the Joker movie where it's just she's not actually there the whole time. But yeah, no,
if fantasy, imaginary black GF, yeah, we've all been there, Joker.
But it was too obvious to me that it was honeypot level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes movies, I interpret something as bad writing, and then it turns out no, it's actually perhaps strange on purpose. Like, why would the grocer at the grocery store be inviting this man to come take a shower at her apartment? Like, what is happening? Why is she standing at the door of the bathroom asking him over and over again if he's okay? Like, what bizarre character writing. What retard wrote this script? Oh, she was a fed. Okay, this all makes perfect sense. I'm the retard.
It reminded me a lot of, have you seen From Paris with Love?
I saw it in theaters and never again. But that's what's Baldy Bald? What's his name? Who's in that?
John Travolta.
John Travolta's bald in that film. Yes.
Yeah.
Good movie. Yeah. It was very short too, if I recall, like 82 minutes or something.
Wow.
We were in and out of Jordan Creek quick that day.
Yeah, it's 92 minutes.
Are any of
Denzel
you
in this movie? I think he's a really good paranoid, like trying to figure it out kind of guy. He doesn't have as many entertaining like parts in this movie, but like I think he does a good job playing the role.
I wanted to say something to the people who they don't know the film enough. They don't have a great idea what's going on. So the idea is that Denzel Washington's character, he's in this platoon in like Kuwait, and they take some enemy fire, but Shaw, who's the hero, gets the Medal of Honor.
He's the senator's son.
This is the whole premise behind the film, but part of the deception is actually that this didn't happen. They were on like an island. What's up with that? With like a false setup where they were being brainwashed. And part of this brainwashing is that both Shaw and Denzel's character, they, after the two men who were quote unquote killed in action, they actually kill them like in this room. So once again, we don't know this for sure that this happens within our government, but it certainly is a very interesting premise and concept that you would take somebody and utilize some sort of brainwashing technique, have them provably murder another human being to where they are not even in control of themselves during this action. They're completely like spaced out mentally. And this is something that perhaps you could hold over them. So we're talking about, in our parallels to our current reality. Oh, they're in certain islands, just like on this movie. They might be in a certain striped temple doing a certain thing. But, we might not even, really be mentally putting together just how many levels there could be to a brainwashing and blackmail cocktail.
Well, and the Shaw scheme is make him a fake war hero, make everybody recommend him for the Medal of Honor, and then since he has this connection to his mom, who's a senator, he could just be squeezed right into the vice presidency based on this completely fabricated, brainwashed history. And yeah, Eggy's alluding to, maybe in the real world, we see young, up-and-coming politicians, oh, he could be president one day. Yeah, let's take him to an island and put him in a very compromising situation that will have him under our control forever, and then we'll force him into the presidency, and he'll keep sending us $500 billion every month.
Yeah, I was trying to think, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it reminded me a bit of, if anybody knows this movie, basically the premise is they have this guy like...
Oh, Donnie Darko.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's a good one.
But he's like hooked up to a machine, and they like feed him this reality that someone like killed his girlfriend or his wife or something, and then basically sends him out on hit jobs over and over and over for different people. I can't remember what the name of the movie was. I
vaguely, I know what movie you're talking about, I think, but I'm trying to figure out what it's called.
I thought it was The Rock, but I can't find it.
It's not The Rock.
The Rock's in it?
Well, like somebody like, oh no, you know what? I think I figured it out. Keep going.
Wait, did you figure it out or not?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I'm dying to hear about this movie because it's going on the list. If Jake's in it, then it's going on the wheel of Jake as well.
No, I think it was Vin Diesel. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, an even better actor. He is Groot.
A sterling screen presence, Vin Diesel.
It's Bloodshot. Is that the right one? Is this one?
Yeah, that seems right. Yeah.
Vin Diesel, you probably don't need to brainwash him. He's dumb enough. Like, that guy killed your wife. Okay. Actually, it was that guy. Okay.
Like, I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't The Rock, but I knew it was someone like, bald, buff guys.
Large. Yeah.
They fought so much in Fast and Furious. They're basically the same man now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that they basically like reanimate him and say like, "Hey, these people killed your wife." But then you find out at the end that like they basically re-image whoever the shooter was to whoever their target is, and then send him out on a hit job. And like, yeah, it's kind of what it reminded me of.
Does it end with Vin Diesel regaining his power in life and getting revenge on those who are sending him out on these missions? Is it a happy ending, Biggs?
I wouldn't say happy, but he gets revenge.
Would you say this Denzel Manchurian Candidate had a happy ending? Because as soon as Hillary Clinton's bleeding out on the floor, I'm applauding, clapping, happy. So joyful. The real villain. And Merrill Streep was just casually in movies back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
Just throw her into anything.
I thought she did a very good job giving that very good, controlling, maniacal, political parasite, energy. She's all linked up with the globalist financiers, trying to install what she thinks is going to be the most beneficial for herself.
And I love when she says the Manchurian people contribute to both sides of the aisle. So they just own every politician. Political parties don't matter if you're a registered anything, you're a fucking retard. All the politicians are friends with each other pretending to argue in front of us when they're really fucking kids on the island together, fist pumping as they fuck a kid. You understand? They're not your friends. These politicians are not your heroes. Don't vote for them. Don't look up to them. Do something I can't say out loud to them. And ignore them is what I mean to say.
Something that just made a lot more sense. I was getting ready to say her character, like, I felt like a lot of that Devil Wears Prada came out, but actually this was just before her doing that movie. So it makes a lot of sense. She probably pulled from this character for that movie.
And E-Rich, we watched Sophie's Choice on Is It Kino back in probably 2017.
Wow.
Young Merrill, that's a tragic Holocaust movie. But all I remember from that tragic film is how sexy Meryl Streep was, man. So hot back in the day. Like, damn, Sophie, I don't care if she chose to have her son killed. Like, I would still choose her. Now, she does get all bald and disgusting in the concentration camp. Not so hot at that point, but...
People used to not take her seriously as an actress because she was just so hot. Like, they were just
Is that right?
Possibly. Yeah.
I gotta watch more of her classic films. I've only seen really old Meryl.
She truly had the last laugh because, like, now she's just like one of the most well-regarded actresses in the business.
Is there a higher regarded actress? I thought she was the one.
I mean, Helen Mirren.
Does Helen Mirren have as many Oscars as Meryl? Or at least nominations? Like, Meryl's nominated every year if she's not even in a movie. Like, Julie and Julia, I don't know what that is. Sure, nominate her as. She might not have even been in that one. So shout out sexy Meryl. And speaking of sexy women who got older, and Jane Goodall again, Biggs. I know you want to react to that death.
I feel like I had a Mandela effect moment with that because I thought she died a long time ago. I feel like there was a point in time where we talked about it and it was like a sad passing for Mumkey Jones, and then I saw it and like, maybe this is how people felt with the passing of Mandela. I'm like, I feel like I've been through this before, but who knows?
Mandela didn't die, Biggs. He's still alive.
What?
I actually don't know. I don't know. I thought he was still in prison.
Could be.
Where he belongs after what he did.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Wow.
He knows what he did. This is very much about the surveillance state of post 9/11 America. Can't even go on the fucking internet without getting your face printed on an ID card. Poor Denzel. He's in the library and the surveillance camera's pointing right at him. E-Rich, you're older than me by a little bit. Was there a time when you weren't constantly being filmed while in public, or was it like this even before 9/11?
I mean, we are one of the most surveilled societies in the world, so it probably started slightly after 9/11, and it really hasn't stopped. So
what a great excuse for them to do that. They're so lucky 9/11 happened.
Yeah, entirely.
They got really lucky with that one, yeah.
especially people named Larry. I think they were extra lucky, I heard.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say anytime a tragedy happens and then the government within a week changes every law, they probably did it? Charlie Kirk. And
Might be the Manchurian group behind it.
And when we say Israel killed Charlie Kirk, you have to understand Israel is in collaboration with the United States government and owns every single politician. I'm not saying that Trump was not involved. When I say Israel did it, that means Trump was signing off with them.
I don't think it's collaboration at all. I think it's completely puppeteering.
Well, that's what I mean. They're all in on it, is the point.
It's all puppeteering, and it's just...
Erich is yawning. He doesn't have time for this shit.
I just like the one Nelson Mandela.
He knows that Tyler kid shot him on his own. Yeah, is Nelson Mandela doing okay, Erich? What'd you find?
Yeah, for the last 12 years, I think he's been in a pretty good place.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
What about the Berenstain Bears? How are they doing?
Wait, is it Steen or Stain? It's
Stein, you fucking moron.
Okay.
Biggs, any final thoughts?
Now.
Any final thoughts on Manchurian Candidate 2004? Are you voting for George Bush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, the original George Bush?
No, 2004 election.
Okay. W. Bush.
Yeah.
I think HW and Nelson Mandela, they're probably playing some pickleball right now.
In heaven?
And yeah.
In hell. They're both in hell.
And Jimmy Carter's down in hell wishing he could join.
And they're sipping on that good beer that Jimmy Carter's brother made Billy beer, and he's making the Billy voice like Cobb did.
It's Billy. That was from last episode. Biggs, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think overall it was an interesting movie. I would probably recommend it to those that are into more of like the political intrigue movies. If you're not into that stuff, probably not something worth watching. But
if you feel like the world around you is crazy and that because you are accurately observing it, people are treating you like you're the crazy one, this is the film for you. That it encapsulates that feeling perfectly.
Those with elite pattern recognition.
That's just a dog whistle for I'm racist, Biggs.
I can't be racist. I'm Mexican. Yeah. You failed to understand this premise. I'm not a white man. I cannot be racist.
Didn't you tell me you're inspired by Mario Quintanilla?
I'm inspired by?
Yeah, you were inspired by him, and you want to you want to start doing what he had to do.
Yeah. It just takes one more person, comparing me to like tacos and quesadillas or whatever.
Our own teacher.
Yeah. Set me off. That's my dog whistle. Somebody says tacos and quesadillas and it's like, goes off in my mind, I go in killer mode.
Because you don't know if they're making fun of your ethnicity or your size, because they're naming Mexican foods, so it could be either, and it's probably both.
True.
Because I'm not coming up to you and saying sombrero, I'm naming foods. Erich, any final thoughts? Poor Biggs. First he said the N-word twice, and now this. What a horrible day for Biggs.
Yeah, there is a Fountains of Wayne needle drop near the end of this movie that I thought was totally insane and kind of worked right before the assassination attempt. So that was pretty wild on Jonathan Demme to do. Do you guys know that Jonathan Demme directed Silence of the Lambs?
No.
Yeah, so he's a pretty good director, I would say. I should probably see more of his movies, though, because I haven't seen whatever the...
Can you name some other movies he's done?
Is. Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe Jonathan Glazer, who did Zone of Interest.
Stop Making Sense, Philadelphia.
Oh, the Talking Heads movie. Okay.
That's right.
Dan McCoy recommended I watch that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I should check out more of his movies. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I think it has aged particularly well because of the political reality we live in today. And definitely check out this one, and then also check out the original movie, which is a 5-star classic.
Oh, so if that's 5 stars, how many stars is this one?
4 stars.
Okay. Eggy, what about you?
Well, I'll just say this, quote, Paul Thomas Anderson stated the 3 filmmakers who inspired him the most are Jonathan Demme, and Jonathan Demme. So
Wow.
Damn.
What the
still
hell?
holding strong in the modern day. His work is classic. Yeah, this, just like Big said, I think you're going to get more out of it if you are a little more politically minded. It's a fine film otherwise, but I would say it's probably like a 3 out of 5 if you're not much for the politics. If you are, I would say it's definitely a 4 out of 5. I feel like it. I think you would definitely get a lot, probably increasingly with each passing year, the way things are going. Denzel, he might be watching over us right now, ready to do what it takes to make the world a better place. You could really say.
Oh, is he dead as well?
Oh, no, I'm talking about.
Wow, rest in peace, Denzel.
I'm talking about he's inside the vents right now with the scope.
He played Nelson Mandela in a movie, and so he's dead as well.
Yeah, everyone who ever portrayed.
And let's just say this, because this is what he said on that late night appearance. His name is actually pronounced Denzel. So everybody's pronounced it wrong. He's Denzel Jr. His father was Denzel Sr., but his mother would call his father Denzel, and they would call him Denzel in order to, because she'd be like, this is what the clip, it went viral. He's like,
Denzel is so much funnier.
Mom would yell out, "Hey, get over here, Denzel!" And me and my pops both show up. So she said, "Oh, now you Denzel now." But
So it sounds like he's Denzel now. His mom even named him that. What's he bitching about?
Yeah.
And I watched Drawn Together, and Foxy Love, somebody tried to distract her and said that Denzel is in the hallway. She goes, "Denzel!" She's not saying no Denzel. She's saying Denzel. She's excited. Hey, you can't take that away from her.
Just like the grand reveal that he had a tracking implant in his back that was brainwashing him, here's another grand reveal. His name's actually Denzel Jr.
Is the Washington from George? He fucked a slave?
There's probably
it would be very like his group there. Thomas Jefferson did the same thing.
Yeah. That's how Eggy was born. Eggy Washington. Eggy's the descendant of a slave that fucked George Washington.
I'm the descendant of Benjamin Franklin.
I mean, it's canon. It's canon now.
So I guess the mixed race baby went out and sought only the whitest people for every subsequent generation to form Eggy. So he's like 1% black in there. Archie says he's going to a Blade concert today. Finally, something good in my life. So there goes the rest of his paycheck from the job he got fired from. Went to the Blade concert.
Blade the Vampire Hunter?
Something with incels, I think.
Maybe he'll be watched by the Eagle Eye there.
No, that's a Shia LaBeouf movie. That's not Jake Gyllenhaal.
True.
What about a Suburbia? Now that's a classic film. Trapped in your house.
Never seen it.
Probably a
Did we all
ripoff
love
of Rear Window.
Oh,
Probably.
that's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Any other thoughts today, boys, while we're here? Just chilling out,
Is anybody
maxing out?
here a Manchurian Candidate?
Well, I tried to activate Eggy at the beginning by saying his name and then his title and then his full name. And maybe there might be some Ari Aster energy to this film, because you said that the original did not have the abusive mom so much. And here we have Merrill Streep saying, "Oh, my son, he might be different politically, but he can be his own man," while secretly she knows, like, she has the brainwashing control over him. And the idea of even a grown man, if he hears his mother say his full name in an assertive way, any grown man will become clay, submissive, like that. A little old lady can have that power over you just by saying these words. I think that was brought out very well in this movie, very, perhaps intentionally or not, comedic in that way.
Ari Aster's movie Beau's Afraid is a pretty
all his
pretty
movies,
worthwhile exploration of that theme.
Yeah, I feel like he's afraid of assertive women for sure.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to be assertive to stop your child's head from getting chopped off by a pole or whatever happened in Hereditary. Biggs, you want to recommend any other movies to the audience? What have you seen lately?
What have I seen lately? Not much. I don't really watch movies that much anymore, surprisingly.
So basically,
the only time I really watch movies is when you tell me which one to watch for these. So.
Right. So from now on, it's just Jake Gyllenhaal movies for you.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is the last movie I watched. Technically, was Roadhouse. That wasn't.
What'd you think of that?
It was a good movie. It was hard to watch one-handed, but.
Because the scene when what's his name has his ass out, he's walking around that city. What's his name? Who beats up people in real life?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, McGregor. I think he attacked like a mascot or something, like at a baseball game.
Yeah, I don't usually watch videos like that, but him and Jake did a video with some like sneaker YouTube video where they like
Anthony Mackie, yeah,
a bunch of like high-end like sneakers, I guess.
Was that the inspiration for the film Sneaks?
Yes.
He just really rubbed me the wrong way in that video. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal is just like, I'm gonna buy all these shoes and give them to charity, and I'm gonna buy these, and I guess I'll buy like one pair, but I'm gonna give it to like my nephew or something. And then meanwhile, Conor McGregor's like, I'm gonna get all these, and these are mine. And you guys want to go back to my place and see like the trillions of dollars of shoes I have, and like just being like a pompous prick. I'm like, dude, maybe he's playing it all up for his character in the movie because
I think that's why he was. That's why he was cast, is because he didn't need to act. He was just a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I wondered.
Yeah, I think he was up to no good on that set as well. I think people were pretty upset, but the movie's it's decent. I think I gave it 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, obviously, anytime Jake is buffed out and like shirtless, I mean, it's 10 out of 10 for me, but.
Thank you again to Dream Machine for sponsoring this episode, and if anybody wants to force Biggs and Eggy and me or anybody else to watch any movie, actually you can only force me and Eggy and then I can invite other people, but still, send your pitch to simianjimmybusiness@gmail.com. Let us know what you want, and we'll let you know if we're down to clown. I know you guys did not want to plug anything last time, but I'll ask again. I mean, at least E-Rich is genuine about this. E-Rich, you want to plug something, don't you?
Yeah, sure. My letterbox is
Thank you.
138. You can find my my ratings for movies on there.
Yeah, Biggs makes me feel like a big asshole for giving him the opportunity to get some clout from this great 1,200 view podcast. He could get a whole
promotion.
He could get like a Twitter follower out of it or a Snapchatter. No, he says, fuck that. I'll plug my little brother's asshole and that's it.
Dude, I don't even use the big Snapchat anymore. I think I deleted Twitter for... That's probably the betterment of my mental. So it's better for me to just plug other things. Like I normally plug Iggy's stuff. So
plug mysweetmonkey.com.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
What if somebody desperately wants to converse with Biggs? How do they contact you? Just in the comment section of this video and you'll go read it?
Yeah, the easiest way to get something shown to me is to comment something really funny or really cruel about me, because I just know Monkey's gonna screenshot it and send it to me with all caps LMAO. So if you want to get something to me, you just put it in the comments, and if it's funny enough, just know that Monkey will screenshot it and send it to me.
There might have been a
people
comment
your home
like
address, so people can come and find you and tell you in person.
Well, I'm going to check the comments on the latest Biggs episode to see if there is anything worth reading. Nah, it's going to take too long.
What was the last Biggs episode?
Good question, Biggs. It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it was...
World's Greatest Dad or something?
Yeah, World's Greatest Dad.
Yeah, you got to meet Hans.
Okay.
Beautiful moment.
Yeah, good times.
Well...
Incredible.
It's bathroom time, folks. So, Eggy, you want to plug real quick?
Yeah, so we got the new, got it cleared by Warner Brothers, I think just yesterday morning. Had to wait a little extra time, but they are coming to take me away. Napoleon 14 covers available on mysweetmonkey.com, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, and so on and so forth. Go run it up. Make sure to buy your MP3 copy in case the world ends, so you always have it to remember yourself by. All right, that's about it.
Peace, people.
See ya.